Alright everyone, let's talk about something that's been buzzing in the digital world. You've probably heard whispers about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these complex-sounding assets. Many people feel like they missed the boat. They see the headlines about massive gains and think, well, that's not for me. It's too complicated, too late, or too expensive. But what if I told you there's a new wave forming, a new opportunity that aims to be different? This is where Pi Paycoin comes into the picture. It's designed to be accessible, user-friendly, and something you can get involved with right from the beginning without needing a supercomputer or a degree in finance. Imagine if you could have started mining Bitcoin back in 2009 with just your phone. Think about what a tiny, consistent effort back then could have turned into today. That's the kind of feeling and potential that the launch of Pi Paycoin mining is generating. This isn't about trying to get rich overnight with some risky, unknown token. Instead, it's about participating in a community-driven project from its foundational stages. The entire philosophy behind Pi Paycoin is to bring the power of cryptocurrency to everyday people. Let's strip away all the technical jargon. At its core, Pi Paycoin is a new type of digital money, a cryptocurrency, Bitcoin Ethereum. But here's the key difference. It was created with simplicity and accessibility in mind from day one. Think of it like this. Bitcoin was the first-generation smartphone. It was revolutionary and groundbreaking, but it was also a bit clunky and not very user-friendly for the average person. Pi Paycoin aims to be the latest, sleekest smartphone model. It's intuitive, easy to use, and designed for the masses, not just the tech-savvy early adopters who were willing to figure out the complicated stuff. The project's main goal is to build a peer-to-peer marketplace where people can buy and sell goods and services directly with each other using Pi Paycoin. Imagine a simple diagram. People exchanging goods and services directly with a Pi Paycoin logo in the middle. Imagine an eBay. Imagine an Amazon. But instead of using dollars or euros, this creates a self-sustaining economy. It's tied to real-world utility, the actual products and services being exchanged within its ecosystem. This is a massive step forward because it gives the currency an inherent purpose beyond just being a store of value. Now, you might have heard this number being thrown around, $314.159. This is the global consensus value, or GCV. It sounds a bit technical, but the concept is actually quite simple and incredibly powerful. The GCV is a value that the Pi Paycoin community has collectively agreed upon for one coin. Think of it as a social contract. Instead of letting the volatile, open market decide the price from day one, the community is saying, we believe one Pi Paycoin is worth this much, and we will honor this value when trading goods and services among ourselves. It's a bold and ambitious starting point that sets a baseline for the entire ecosystem. So why does this matter? For a new currency, one of the biggest challenges is price stability. Early cryptocurrencies would often launch at a fraction of a cent, and then experience wild price swings, making them impractical for actual commerce. Imagine trying to buy a coffee when the price of your money could double or halve in the time it takes to place your order. The GCV of $314.159 aims to solve this. By establishing a strong, community-backed value from the get-go, it creates a sense of stability and confidence. Let's talk about where you're going to store your newly mined Pi Paycoins and all your other digital assets. In the crypto world, this is done with a wallet. But we're not talking about the leather thing in your back pocket. A crypto wallet is a digital tool that lets you securely store, send, and receive cryptocurrencies. Now, in the early days, this was a bit of a nightmare. You needed a separate wallet for Bitcoin, another one for Ethereum, another for Ripple, and so on. It was like having to carry around a giant, jangling keychain with a different key for every single door you wanted to open. It was confusing, inconvenient, and a huge barrier for newcomers. This is where the magic of a multi-chain wallet comes in. A multi-chain wallet is like a master key for the entire crypto world. Instead of needing dozens of different wallets for different cryptocurrencies, you can hold them all in one single, secure place. Imagine a universal bank account that can hold US dollars, euros, Japanese yen, and British pounds all at the same time, and you can switch between them seamlessly. That's what a multi-chain wallet does for your digital assets. It simplifies everything. Alright, let's get to the part you've been waiting for, mining. When you hear the word mining, you probably picture someone with a pickaxe chipping away at rocks hoping to strike gold. In the world of cryptocurrency, the concept is similar, but the tools are very different. Crypto mining is the process by which new coins are created and transactions are verified on the network. For early cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, this process, called proof of work, requires immense computational power. It involves massive server farms solving complex mathematical puzzles, which consumes a ton of electricity and requires expensive specialized hardware. This is why you can't just mine Bitcoin on your laptop anymore. Pi Paycoin, however, uses a completely different and much more elegant approach. It doesn't rely on proof of work. Instead, it uses a consensus algorithm that depends on a security circle of trusted users. Think of it this way. Instead of having one super powerful computer doing all the work, the network's security is maintained by a web of interconnected users who vouch for each other's trustworthiness. This model is incredibly efficient. It doesn't require solving complex math problems, so it consumes a negligible amount of battery and data on your phone. You are not actually performing heavy computations, you are simply contributing to the network's trust graph. The process itself is designed to be ridiculously simple. Feeling ready to jump in? I promise you, the process is simpler than signing up for a new social media account. We can break it down into 5 incredibly easy steps that anyone, and I mean anyone, can follow. First, you need to download the official Pi Paycoin app. Apple App Store for iPhones. Google Play Store for Android devices. Just search for Pi Paycoin and look for the official application. Second, you'll need to create your account. Sign up with your phone number. Third, the most important part, tap the mining button. Look for the lightning bolt or start mining icon. Tap it once to start your first 24-hour mining session. Fourth, come back every 24 hours to tap the button again. This daily check-in restarts your session. Fifth, after a few days, build your security circle by inviting trusted friends. Invite family to join too. This strengthens the network and increases your rewards. That's it. 5 simple steps to becoming a Pi Paycoin miner. For a long time, cryptocurrency has felt like something that only exists on a computer screen. It's a bunch of numbers in a digital wallet and its value goes up and down. But for crypto to truly succeed, it needs to break out of that digital box and become part of our everyday lives. It needs to be as easy and normal to use as a credit card or cash. Imagine you're at a local farmer's market. Fresh vegetables, a loaf of bread. Instead of fumbling for cash or swiping a card that charges the vendor a 3% fee, you simply open your Pi Paycoin wallet. You scan a QR code at the vendor's stall, type in the amount, and hit send. The transaction is nearly instant, and the fees are incredibly low, far less than what credit card companies charge. Think about the gig economy and freelancing. Graphic designer, a writer, a web developer. You can offer your services on the Pi Paycoin marketplace. A client from anywhere in the world can hire you and pay you in Pi Paycoin. International wire transfer fees, currency conversion rates, or waiting days for the payment to clear. The payment is direct, fast, and secure. This opens up a truly global marketplace for individual skills and services, breaking down the financial barriers that currently exist between countries. For billions of people around the world who are unbanked or underbanked, but many of them do have a basic smartphone. So let's bring it all home. We've talked about what Pi Paycoin is, the importance of the GCV, the simplicity of mining, the incredible potential of its real-world applications. As of today, September 14, 2025, we are standing at a fascinating intersection of technology, finance, community. For years, the promise of cryptocurrency has been that it would democratize finance and empower the individual. But for many, that promise felt distant and out of reach, locked behind a wall of technical complexity and financial barriers. This launch feels different. It feels like a genuine step toward fulfilling that original promise. This isn't just another cryptocurrency launch, it's the launch of an accessible and user-centric ecosystem. The brilliance of Pi Paycoin lies in its simplicity. The decision to make mining possible with a single tap on a smartphone is a revolutionary act. It removes the biggest barrier to entry and invites billions of people to participate. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be a tech expert. You just need to be consistent. This is your moment to press that button and become part of the story.